Hello friends, welcome back to the channel Chemistry Made Easy. I am Elizabeth Matthew. In this video, I am going to tell you about the products of electrolysis. Before we discuss the products of electrolysis, let's revise once again the differences between an electrochemical cell and an electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cell uses electrical energy to bring about a chemical reaction, right? Whereas electrochemical cells generates electrical energy from chemical reactions. Electrolytic cell uses electrical energy to carry out the chemical reaction, whereas electrochemical cell produces electricity from certain types of chemical reaction. So for in electrolytic cell, you have a tank. In this tank, you have an electrolytic solution. That electrolytic solution may be either in the form of molten state or in the melted form, or you can use a solution as electrolyte. For example, if you take sodium chloride as electrolyte, you can use molten form of sodium chloride in this tank, or you can use aqueous solution of sodium chloride, and this aqueous solution of sodium chloride is obtained by putting some sodium chloride salt into water, and that solution also acts as the electrolyte. So in an electrolytic process, you have an electrolytic cell. In that electrolytic cell is a tank, and in this tank we are using an electrolytic solution, right? That electrolytic solution may be either molten form of a compound or the solution of a compound. Then in that electrolytic tank, you have two electrodes. Two electrodes are immersed into that electrolytic solution, and these electrodes are connected by means of a battery. One of the electrode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and that electrode is known as anode in the case of electrolytic cell. Other electrode which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, which is known as cathode. The definition of anode and the cathode, that is same for both electrochemical cell and electrolytic cell. Anode is the one in which oxidation occurs. Cathode is the electrode which has reduction occurs. That is the definition of anode and the cathode, right? But the sign convention is somewhat different for an electrochemical cell and in an electrolytic cell. In electrolytic cell, we are using a battery, right? So we can easily say that the electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery is anode, and the electrode which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery is cathode. But in the case of electrochemical cell, we have no battery. Electrochemical cell is used to produce electrical energy from chemical reaction. Here we have no battery. So we can say that in the case of electrochemical cell, anode is negative. How does it come from? How does it obtain? During the reaction, chemical reaction, always oxidation occurs at the anode. So in an electrochemical cell, due to oxidation, oxidation means loss of electron, removal of electron. So due to oxidation, electrons releases. Due to the presence of that negatively charged electron, this electrode becomes negatively charged. So in an electrochemical cell, anode is negatively charged. Whereas in electrolytic cell, the same oxidation occurs. Although the same oxidation reaction occurs at the anode, but we have a battery here. So we can easily say that the electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, that is positive. So in an electrolytic cell, the sign convention is different from electrochemical cell. In electrolytic cell, anode is positive and cathode is negative. Whereas in electrochemical cell, anode is negative and cathode is positive. Here we are going to discuss electrolytic cell and the products of electrolysis. Okay, in an electrolytic cell, I have told you that there is an electrolytic tank and electrolytic solution and two electrodes which are connected externally through a battery. Okay, then what are the various factors which affects the products of electrolysis? The electrodes immersed in the electrolytic solution may be of two types. It may be either an inert electrode or it may be a reactive electrode. That is the main factor which decide the product of electrolysis. If we use an inert electrode which is immersed into the electrolyte solution, inert electrode does not take part in chemical reaction because which is inert. But instead of an inert electrode, if we use a reactive electrode, that may also participate in chemical reaction, that may furnish ions into the solution. Okay, so whether we use an inert electrode or reactive electrode, the product of electrolysis varies. So the product of electrolysis depends upon the first factor is the nature of electrodes that we are using. If it is inert, it does not take part in chemical reaction. If it is reactive, it furnishes ions into the solution. Okay, then another factor is, I already told you that we can use either molten form of a compound or aqueous solution as electrolyte. For example, if we use molten form of sodium chloride as electrolyte, you have only Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. Sodium chloride dissociates to form, sodium chloride NaCl dissociates to form Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. But instead of using this molten sodium chloride, if you take aqueous sodium chloride, what is the difference? Aqueous sodium chloride means what? Sodium chloride dissolves in water, right? So, in aqueous solution of sodium chloride contains Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. Aqueous solution of sodium chloride contains Na plus ion, Cl minus ion, and there is also water. Due to the presence of this electric current and especially due to the presence of this electrolyte solution, this water solvent also starts to dissociate, and this solvent is water. This starts dissociates to form H2O, dissociates to form H plus ion and OH minus ion. If we use aqueous sodium chloride as the electrolyte, the various types of ions, what are the various types of ions present in that electrolytic tank, electrolytic cell? Na plus ion, Cl minus ion, which is obtained by dissociating sodium chloride. And the dissociation of water also starts, which produces H plus ion and OH minus ion. In such cases, here always the positively charged ions are attracted by negatively charged electrode. In our electrolytic tank, there are two electrodes. One of the electrode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, other is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, right? Now, in this electrolytic solution, we have Na plus ion, H plus ion, Cl minus ion and OH minus ion. These two positively charged ions are moves towards negatively charged electrode. And these negatively charged ions are moves towards positively charged electrode. Now, there is a competition of ions. Here, both type of positively charged ions are attracted by the negatively charged electrode. Only one can react. Okay, that depends upon their reduction potential. The ion which has more tendency to oxidize. The oxidation occurs at anode, the positively charged electrode. Oxidation occurs for this negatively charged ions, because these negatively charged ions are attracted by positively charged electrode. Positively charged electrode is anode. So oxidation occurs for this negatively charged ion and reduction occurs for positively charged ion. Here, two types of positively charged ions are there, two types of negatively charged ions are there if we use aqueous solution of sodium chloride. But only one will react. That depends upon the oxidation potential or reduction potential. The ion which has more tendency to oxidize, or we can say that the ion which has more tendency to lose electron, that get oxidized at the anode. The ion which has more tendency to reduce, that is reduced at the cathode, that will reduce at the cathode. So, the other important factor which decide the product of electrolysis is the standard electrode potential, or we can say that the standard reduction potential, right? So, one factor is the nature of the electrode. Nature of the electrode means the electrode may be of two types, inert electrode and reactive electrode. That will decide the product of electrolysis. And the second factor is the reduction potential. This is applicable only in this type of, in these cases. For example, if you use molten sodium chloride, it contains only Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. Only one type positively charged ion is there, that is Na plus. Only one type negatively charged ion is there, that is Cl minus. There is no competition. But if we take aqueous solution of sodium chloride, more than one type positive charges are there. More than one type of negative charges are there. In such cases, competition occurs. Only one will oxidize and only one type will reduce. Right, that depends upon the reduction potential. So two factors, we have already discussed two factors which affects the product of electrolysis. And the last factor, which is over potential. Have you heard about over potential? I will explain. In certain chemical reaction, although feasible, but it takes place very slowly. Okay. Theoretically, we can predict how much coulombs of electrical energy has to provide in order to carry out the chemical reaction. Theoretically, we can predict that. But theoretically, we can predict the reaction is feasible or not. The reaction is feasible, but certain reaction takes place very, very slowly. That means certain reaction takes much longer time to complete, to take place the reaction. In such cases, here we want it to be faster. Okay, for that, if we would apply an extra electricity as a push, that reaction becomes speed up. That extra potential is known as over potential. So what is over potential? Kinetically, some chemical reactions occurs very slowly. The rate of chemical reaction is very, very slow, even though it is feasible. But we can speed up that chemical reaction by giving an extra electricity. Okay, that extra, which is as a push, and that extra electricity is known as over potential. And this over potential is the other factor which decide the product of electrolysis. Okay, that we will discuss in later. Now, let's see the product of electrolysis when we use molten sodium chloride. When we use molten sodium chloride, that sodium chloride dissociates to form Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. Now in our electrolytic solution, the ions are Na plus and Cl minus if we use molten sodium chloride, right? Then this Na plus ion is, since it is positively charged, it is attracted by negatively charged electrode, which is negatively charged electrode. Negatively charged electrode is known as cathode. So here positively charged ions moves towards cathode. So what happens at the cathode? At cathode, the reaction occurs is, at cathode always reduction occurs. At anode always oxidation occurs. But don't forget it. Okay. So at the cathode, what happens? Cathode is negatively charged electrode. Positively charged ions are attracted towards cathode. Here the positively charged ion is Na plus. So at cathode, this Na plus ion get reduced. So we can write reduction means gain of electron, addition of electron. So Na plus 1 electron gives Na. So sodium, this is sodium metal. This sodium metal is deposited at cathode. During the electrolysis of molten sodium chloride, that sodium metal is deposited where? At cathode. Then what happens at anode? At anode, which is a positively charged electrode, negatively charged ions are attracted towards this anode. Here the negatively charged ion is what? Chloride ion. This at anode, the reaction occurring is oxidation. So Cl minus gives oxidation means loss of electron. This Cl minus loses 1 electron, then it produces what? Chlorine atom. So we can write half Cl2. One chlorine atom means half molecule of chlorine plus 1 electron. So the reaction occurring at the anode is this one. if we use molten sodium chloride. So what are the product of electrolysis when we use molten sodium chloride as the electrolyte? Sodium metal is deposited at the cathode, and chlorine gas is liberated at anode. These are the product of electrolysis when we use molten sodium chloride as the electrolyte. Clear? Then here also we can write the net reaction. Net reaction is this one electron and one electron. Net reaction can be obtained by sum of these two reactions. We can cancel the species which are common in both sides. This side of the reactant and the product side. We can cancel this one electron and this one electron, and we can sum up the remaining. What we are left, Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. So Na plus Cl minus gives Na plus half Cl2. This is the net reaction. We can write the net reaction also. Okay, but instead of this molten sodium chloride, if we use aqueous sodium chloride, what is the reaction? What will happen? Let's see aqueous sodium chloride. Aqueous sodium chloride contains Na plus ion, H plus ion. Now our electrolytic solution contains Na plus ion, H plus ion, Cl minus ion and OH minus ion. So at the cathode, what happens? Cathode is negatively charged electrode. Positively charged ions are attracted towards cathode. So at cathode, the possible reactions are, we can write the possible reaction. Here a cathode is negatively charged electrode. So the ions which are moving towards cathode are positively charged ions. Here the positively charged ions are Na plus ion and H plus ion. So the possible reaction, we can write the possible reaction as at cathode reduction occurs. So Na plus electron gives Na, sodium. Sodium ion receives one electron and it produces sodium metal. And the other possible reaction is other type positively charged ion is H plus. So H plus electron. If reduction occurs for H plus ion, we can write H plus electron gives half H2, right? Then let's see the reduction potentials also. In the case of sodium, the reduction potential is, I think, minus 2.71 volts. But the reduction potential value of H plus ion and the reduction potential of hydrogen is, 0. So when we compare the potentials of, if more than one type of ion is present in the solution, there will be a competition. I told you. And this depends on the product of the electrolysis, that depends upon the electrode potentials or reduction potential. Here, in this case, the reduction potential value is this one, and this case, the reduction potential value is 0. Okay, if greater value of reduction for electrode which has higher value of reduction potential means what? It has more tendency to reduce. Higher value of reduction potential means higher tendency to reduce. Among these two values, which one will be higher? This is a negative value, no? So this is the higher value. So here the reaction preferred is H plus electron gives half H2. So which is the reaction occurs at the cathode? The reaction occurs at the cathode is H plus electron gives half H2, right? But this H plus is actually coming from water. This H plus is produced by the dissociation of water molecule, right? So we can write this H2O gives H plus OH minus. This dissociates to form H plus and OH minus. This H plus receives electrons and produces hydrogen. So the net reaction which occurs at the cathode is the species which are common in both sides. We can cancel it out. So this H plus and this H plus cancels. Then what was left? H2O plus electron gives half H2 plus OH minus. This is the reaction occurs at cathode. We can mark it as equation number 1. Then let's see what is the chemical reaction occurs at anode. So let's see at anode. That is anode. Anode is a positively charged electrode. So the species which are moving towards anode are negatively charged species. In this case, negatively charged species are Cl minus ion and OH minus ion. Right? We can write the Cl minus ion. If oxidation occurs at Cl minus ion, we can write Cl minus. Oxidation means loss of electron. So Cl minus gives half Cl2 plus electron. Its electrode potential value is 1.36, I think. 1.36. Its potential value is 1.36 volt. Okay, and if OH minus ion, this OH minus ions moves towards anode, and if oxidation occurs in this OH minus ion, we can write its equation as 2H2O gives O2 plus 4H plus 4 electron, and its potential value is 1.23 volt. How does this equation come from? Where does it come from? How does it happen? This may confuse. I will explain. If we take 4 water molecule, or 4 moles of water molecule, it will dissociate to form 4 H plus ion and 4 OH minus ion. Right? At anode, negatively charged ions will oxidize. Right? So here the negatively charged ion is 4 OH minus ion. If this 4 OH minus ion get oxidized, what will be the product? Oxidation means loss of electron. So this 4 OH minus loses 4 electron and it becomes 4 OH. Right? But this OH, this is an unstable species. OH minus is minus, that ion has an existence, but this is not stable. So what do you mean by this 4 OH? 4 OH means this is one OH, another OH, another OH, another OH, right? This 4 OH means this is one H2O and this is another H2O. So equivalent to this 4 OH, we can write 2 H2O plus O2. Clear? Here we need to take 4 water molecules, and these 4 water molecules dissociate to form 4 H plus ions and 4 OH minus ion, and these 4 OH minus ions starts moving to the anode, and if it reaches anode and if it oxidizes, we can write 4 OH minus ion gives 2 H2O plus O2. So we can write 4 OH minus gives 2 H2O plus O2. Right? Then let's sum up these two equations. Okay, 4H2O gives 4H plus 4OH minus, and 4OH minus gives 2H2O plus O2 plus 4 electron. Then we can write this in the left side. You just forward it. Okay. No need of this one. Then this 4H2O and this 2H2O, that will cancel, and we will get 2H2O in the left hand side. Then this 4OH minus and this 4OH minus, that get cancelled. So 2H2O gives the right hand side 4H plus is there, O2 is there, 4 electrons are there. So O2 plus 4H plus 4 electron. So clear, this is our equation to occurs at anode. 2H2O gives O2 plus 4H plus 4 electron. You don't need to write these equations. Okay, I have just shown how it comes. Clear? You don't need to write this type of this equation. You just remember the equation occurs at the anode is this one. Okay, I have just shown how it comes. Clear? Then here next, see the reduction potential values of these two equations. Here 1.36 and here 1.23. The electrode which has more tendency for oxidation, that will oxidize first. The electrode which has more tendency for oxidation means it has lesser value of reduction potential. Higher value of reduction potential means what? Higher tendency of reduction. Higher tendency of reduction means what? Lower tendency of oxidation. Okay, so lower value of reduction, the electrode which has lower value of reduction potential that will oxidize faster. So among these two values, which one will lower? This 1.23, this is lower. So theoretically we can predict this reaction may occurs at anode, but there is one problem. This reaction, although feasible, it requires an overpotential. Do you remember what is overpotential? Some chemical reactions, although feasible, theoretically we can predict how much coulombs of electricity has to be provided in order to take place a chemical reaction. Here, if you provide 1.23 volt, this reaction occurs. This reaction is feasible, but it occurs very slowly. So this reaction requires an overpotential to take place. So here the product the product obtained at the anode is, the chemical reaction occurs at the anode is this one. Okay. So this is the chemical reaction occurs at anode. We can mark it as equation number 2. Then the net reaction, what is the product of electrolysis? We can write the net reaction by sum of the reaction occurs at the cathode and the reaction occurs at the anode. So we can write again this equation. First, here we are using sodium chloride solution. This sodium chloride dissociates to form Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. Then the reaction occurs at cathode is, which one? This equation number 1 represents the reaction occurs at the cathode. So at cathode, the reaction occurs is H2O plus electron gives half H2 plus OH minus. Right? Then the reaction occurs at anode is, theoretically this reaction is preferred, but originally, practically, which product will form? Chlorine gas will form at anode. So we can write equation number 2, Cl minus gives half Cl2 plus electron. So we can write the net chemical reaction which occurs during the electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride. We can sum up these three equations. The species which are common in both sides, that will cancel. So we can cancel this Cl minus ion and this Cl minus ion. Then we can cancel this electron and this electron here. So NaCl is not here, H2O not there. Then we can write NaCl, which is in the left hand side, plus other species is H2O gives, only these two remains. At right hand side there is Na plus there is OH minus, then half Cl2 and half H2. Half Cl2 plus half H2. So this is the net reaction which occurs during the electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride. Clear? So the products of electrolysis, that is differ if we use molten sodium chloride and aqueous sodium chloride. If we use molten sodium chloride, what are the products? If we use molten sodium chloride, in molten sodium chloride, Na plus and Cl minus ions are present. That Na plus ions moves towards cathode. So sodium metal is deposited at the cathode and chlorine gas is liberated at the anode. But if instead of the sodium chloride, molten sodium chloride, if we use aqueous sodium chloride, the product is entirely different. At the cathode, the product obtained is hydrogen gas. At the anode, the product obtained is chlorine gas. That's all about the product of electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride and molten sodium chloride. Okay, then if we electrolyze a solution of sulfuric acid, a solution of sulfuric acid, the possible reaction which occurs at the anode are, we can write the possible reaction occurs in sulfuric acid. We have hydrogen ion and the sulfate ion. Okay, so the possible reactions are the same reaction. We can write like this. One of the reaction is 2H2O. This 2H2O, this is obtained by adding these two equations. H2O dissociates to form H plus and OH minus ion, and that H plus ion receives electrons. We will get hydrogen, and the net reaction we can sum up it, and 2H2O gives O2 plus 4, H plus 4 electron. I have explained already. So 2H2O gives O2 plus 4 H plus 4 electron. This is one chance. And in addition to this H plus ion, there is another ion which is, that is sulfate ion. Sulfate ion. So we can write, sorry, here the reaction is of OH minus ion. At the anode, the reaction is of OH minus ion. Similarly, we have sulfate ion. So SO4 2 minus. If we take two molecules of SO4 2 minus, the product will be S2OH 2 minus plus 2 electron. These are the two possible reactions which occurs at the anode during the electrolysis of sulfuric acid. But this reaction is preferred at a lower concentration and this reaction is preferred at a higher concentration. You don't need to study this in detail. You have to study the product of electrolysis in the case of molten sodium chloride and aqueous sodium chloride in your NCERT textbook. Okay, you just remember the product electrolysis product of the products obtained during the electrolysis of sulfuric acid. At the anode, two possible reactions. Anode is a positively charged electrode, so the ions moves towards the anode are negatively charged ions. In the case of sulfuric acid, the negatively charged sulfuric acid means aqueous solution of sulfuric acid. So the negatively charged ions are OH minus ions and sulfate ion. The OH minus ion, we have already discussed that. 2H2O gives O2 plus 4H plus 4 electron. If sulfate ion moves towards anode, the reaction occurring is 2SO4 2 minus gives S2OH 2 minus plus 2 electron. Here one interesting factor is that at the lower concentration of sulfuric acid, this reaction preferred, and at the higher concentration of this sulfuric acid, this reaction, second reaction, will prefer. Okay, that's all about the products of electrolysis. Hope you find it helpful. Thank you very much. Bye bye.